So basically this is a question regarding simultaneous equations, and this is from past papers. It came in October November 2009 in paper 1, and it was like the code 4037, that is the code for additional math, and it was variant 1. Okay, so uh, we are supposed to solve these equations and simultaneously, and you know that this equation is a linear equation. Okay, and this is quadratic. It's a combination of linear and quadratic equation. Like you people have studied in D2 in lower classes, D2, and there you learned how to solve the simultaneous linear equation, but these equations are non-linear. Means one equation is linear and the other is quadratic, so they are called non-linear equations. And in lower classes you have studied how to solve linear equations. In D2 you have studied linear equations, simultaneous linear equations, if you remember. Shortly we write it as SLEs, simultaneous linear equations. There you learned basically three methods of solving the linear equations. First method was elimination method. Shortly we write it as EM. Second was substitution method. Shortly we write it SM. And third was graphical method, and we write it as GM. So basically to solve, when we solve nonlinear equations, we use substitution method. Like we are going to focus on substitution method. Substitution method. So when we use substitution method, there are rules, okay, which we are supposed to follow. As you know that first rule is, whenever you use for simultaneous linear equations, or you use or you are solving nonlinear equations, rules are same. Like first you make one variable either x or y a subject. One variable a subject, always remember. Okay, and here you will use definitely linear equation to make uh, one variable subject. And second thing is, you will replace the value or expression of the variable of the subject in the second equation. Very simple. Like if we call this equation 1, this is linear equation, and this as equation 2, so we will use this equation 1, and we will make one variable subject, and then we will replace the second rule is, then after making one variable subject, we will replace that variable's value here in the second equation. So if we use the first equation from 1, if we see that we have equation x plus 3y is equal 13, so I have two choices here. Like I can make y variable subject or x subject, but you know that if I will make x subject, so then equation will be having a very simple form. Like if I just make x subject, so it will be x equals 13 minus 3y. If I make y very, although I can make it, but I will not, because then my right side will turn to a fraction. It will become a fraction, and dealing with fraction is a little bit hard, so we will not go for that. So we will keep it like in this form. Okay, so x is subject, it's a subject. So the first thing we have done, the first rule number one we have followed. So now the second rule says that if we have made the variable subject, we will replace in the other equation, the second equation, the value of this variable, the variable which we have made a subject. So its value is basically 13 minus 3y. This is value of x. Okay, so we are going to replace this here in equation number 2. So let's do. So from 2 we will be having when we replace 13 minus 3y here in place of x, so that we will have 13 minus 3y whole square plus 3y square equal to 43. Now we will expand this 13 minus 3y by using identity, and I hope so that every one of you knows the identity. Identity is a minus b whole square is equal to a square minus 2ab plus b square. So when I will do this, so it will become 13 square minus 2 formula 13 into 3y, and then plus 3y square plus 3y, this 3y square that will come here and equals to 43. Now when I will further simplify it, it will become 169 minus 13 twos are so it will be basically 13 times by 2 times by 3, it will be equal to 78. So it is equal to 78 y minus plus 9y squared and plus 3y square equals to 43. Further simplify it, and we will solve it by using quadratic equation, like by midterm breaking or by using a formula, quadratic formula. So you know that we will make one side equal to 0, so it will become when we add 9 and 3, it will become 12y square minus 78y plus 169 minus 43 is equal to 0. Now when we will further simplify it, it will become 12 y square minus 78 and plus 6 and 6 2 and 126 equals to 0. Now you can take 6 common. When you will take 6 common, it will become 2y square minus 78y, basically 78y. So 6 and 13y, and 6 13s are 78, and plus 6 2s are and 6 1s are equals to 0. So when you will shift this 6 to other side, it will become 2y square minus 13y plus 21. As you know that when 6 will go on other side, it will be equal to 0. So now 21 2s are 42 and 6 7s are 42. So 2y square minus 6y minus 7y and plus 21 equals to 0. So when you will further simplify it, it will become you can take, you make the pairs and it will be taken 2y as common. So y minus 3 and minus 7 common, y minus 3 equals to 0. Now further it will become y minus 3 and 2y minus 7 equals to 0, and we will have y minus 3 equals to 0, which will give me y equals 3, and we also have the other factor 2y minus 7, that is equal to 0, and it will turn to y equals to 7 over 2. So we got two values of y. Now one by one we will replace these two values in this equation to get the values of x. So it will be, and basically this is the benefit of making x subject, because later on we can directly use it and get the values of x. So as we have x equals to, as we have x equals to 13 minus 3y. So for y equals to 3, x is equal to 13 minus 3 into 3, that is equal to 9. So 13 minus 9 is equal to 4. So x is equal to 4. And when y is 7 over 2, so we will have so there is a less space now, but we will try our best to. Y is equal to 7 over 2, that is 3.5. You can also take it as 3.5. So you will write x equals to 13 minus 3 into 3.5, and it will become 13 minus 3 into 3.5, which is equal to 5 over 2, that is equal to 2. That is equal to 2.5. So this will be equal to, x is equal to 2.5, the answer. So these are the values of x. I hope so that every one of you have understood it, and if there is any problem you can discuss with me. You can note down my phone number, that is 0323 and 4078902, and for international students you can use +92. Okay, this is my number. Okay, so I hope so you have understood it. So take care, and Allah Hafiz.